I don't know where to start, but I'm just gonna start, and I want to start by saying that I feel nervous and I feel scared to share what I'm about to share somehow. It's been on my mind for a while now that I want to create something that helps others, that provides value. I want to feel valuable in the world. And I've been thinking a lot about how to be valuable in the world. And there's two things that two paths that I can see. One is to focus on embracing just being as valuable in and of itself. Just being alive is valuable in and of itself. So there is that part which focuses on self-love, accepting that I'm okay the way I am, removing all the judgments and the fears and the doubts and all these things, and so that I can just be and feel valuable in being. And then there's also this other part where there is a desire, a genuine desire for me to offer something to others. And sometimes I doubt whether or not it is a way for me to avoid really embracing just being as something valuable. And sometimes I feel like it is truly a genuine desire for me to also help others. And so today I was thinking about how I could combine both in one. And so in my life, the moments that I felt most inspired or most seen or most understood were often moments where a person shared their own struggles, their own pain, their own doubts, their own fears, because that made me feel less alone with what I was experiencing. So it made me feel seen in a way, because I could see myself in them by them sharing what they were going through. I will give a short example of a girl that I remember. She prepared some sort of monologue in school, and she performed that monologue. It was in high school. She performed that monologue on stage at the end of the year, and in that monologue she embodied feeling so isolated during her high school time. She felt like a wallflower. She felt like she didn't belong. She felt not popular. She felt not seen. She felt not confident to speak. And she saw all these other kids doing what they were doing, and she felt really not part of that. And seeing her performance, it made me cry, because I felt so seen by her performance. I felt exactly the same way she did, and she embodied that. She presented that in such a depth of understanding because she lived that experience. So she made a whole performance around it. So she deeply understood what it felt like because she felt the same way. And so my perceiving of her play made me feel seen because I knew she experienced that herself. And so, oddly enough, by sharing her own pain, her own struggles, her own challenges, by presenting them, by sharing them, I felt seen. And feeling seen is one of the most healing experiences I can imagine in my own life. This is what I am looking for in so many ways. The YouTube videos that I created in the past, the content that I share online, the things that I do, most of them are about being seen by others. I want to be seen by others. I want to deeply be seen by others. And there is a part in seeing myself in that, truly seeing myself in that, not trying to numb, not trying to run away, not trying to deny what is true, not trying to trick myself into believing something that is not an actuality. There's this part, but there's also this part of not wanting to feel alone in that, wanting to understand that others are going through the same things that I do, and knowing that they have experienced that, truly felt that, then there is a level of understanding that is the level of understanding that I want to feel understood at, in a way, right? So by sharing my process, by expressing what I feel, what I think, how I respond to things, what I do to help myself, I can in the same time see myself and offer something to whoever is going through the same things that I'm going through. Because whatever it is that I'm feeling, that I'm experiencing, there is someone else, perhaps you, perhaps someone else, who also goes through these things, who also feels these things, who also experiences these things. I am everybody, and everybody is me in a way. We're all the same, made of the same existence in a way. So what I feel, you feel, and what you feel, I feel. And so by by sharing, oh, okay. So I got interrupted for a second time. And it's also about this, understanding that sometimes there is no perfect scenario for anything. And in this is also a lesson again. How do I deal with this? There is some frustration. I'm annoyed that I don't have my own space that I can record something in. I'm a bit angry. So how do I transform that? What do I do in a situation where I feel frustrated? I can accept that I feel frustrated, and I can express it somehow. I can allow it to be there. I feel some feelings in my body, and then it goes through me, and then, okay, I release it and I continue with what I was doing. So in all these things, in all these little life situations, there is something that I feel, that most likely you feel, that I can express, so you understand that you are not alone with that you're not weird for feeling these things, because at least I am feeling the same. And then I can share with you what I do in order to deal with these things, or in order to accept that this is part of the reality that I embody, right? So the reason why I'm scared and nervous to share this is because I would like to start sharing this with my personal account. For example, my personal Instagram account, my personal Facebook account. It's almost as if I'm scared to authentically express what I go through, and the things that I yearn for, and the things that I desire, and my fears and doubts and all these things, because that will most likely cause some people to turn away from me. They will move away because they feel like, oh, he is again like talking about these things and I'm totally not interested in that. Or there is a fear of judgment. There is a fear that people will judge what I do. And of course, that also comes back to some judgment that I have about it myself. I fear that maybe I am talking too much about these things. Maybe I am thinking too much about these things. Maybe so my desire to feel seen is too much involved in this. So it's a bit like, almost like, oh, look at me, give me attention, see me. And then people, like, this is the judgment that's there, that's present, right? And in a sense, it's okay. If I zoom out and I understand, okay, some people will not enjoy the things you share, some people will not resonate with the things you say, that's fine. Like, I also don't resonate with everything that everyone says, and I also have a limited amount of time in my day and focus, attention, and energy to engage with stuff. So I want to engage with the things that I like, or that I resonate with, or that work for me. So the fear is there of the people that I kind of, I don't know, for some reason don't want to reject me. There is this fear of rejection. But then there's also this part that once you show yourself, that gives the space for the people who actually want to listen to what I have to say, to show up and to connect and to be helped. If I continue to be scared and not share whatever it is that I feel is true for me, then I will never be able to help the people that resonate with that, because I'm simply not doing it. I'm simply not creating it. And that's actually a really sad thing. And that is kind of like a pressing feeling also. Like, there is this fear inside me that I am not offering what I can offer. And I really believe that there is things that I can offer simply by sharing. Like, I have, for some reason, the mix of me wanting to feel seen so deeply is coupled with a development of capacity to express, because in order to feel seen, it's also important to be able to express. So I have such a deep yearning to feel seen, so I developed skills in order for me to feel that, to experience that. So that also allows me to express things in a kind of concise way that makes sense for others, that makes sense for myself. Most of all, I think about things so much because there's so much confusion in my mind, and by thinking about it a lot, by trying to simplify it, by trying to get it a little bit more clear, that makes it easier to understand for myself. So that process, if I put it outside, it can also be helpful for other people to digest certain information, or to just observe what I personally do to deal with feelings of shame, of fear, of doubts, of rejection, all these feelings, happiness, joy, whatever it may be, respect, disrespect, relationships, all these things that are so interesting to me. I think that by truly sharing what I feel, to by really that basically really true to what I feel, and I feel a bit self-conscious about saying that, because there is times in my life that I have lied. I have lied about many things in my life, and sometimes I still do. I have done things that I'm not proud of, and that makes me feel like a hypocrite. That makes me feel like I am not worthy of talking about truth the way I do now, for example, right? There is this doubt, this fear, this hypocrisy that I am aware of in myself. But since I am in this situation, I'm sure that there is some of you who have also done things that they are not proud of, who have also lied in their lives. And so by me honoring that, it's the truth. I have done things that I'm not proud of. I have lied. I have been a terrible liar in my life. By accepting this truth, and by then continuously trying to improve on that, by continuously shedding the layers of fear that actually made me lie, or shedding the layers of manipulation, or the difficulties embracing the reality as it is, because lying is a form of manipulating reality. So it is simply an inability to embrace the truth, to embrace the reality as it is. And so by increasing my capacity to embrace the reality as it is, I can also reduce the amount of lying that I feel is necessary for me to survive almost. So my process in that can also be a helpful process for other people who are in the same situation, because for sure, if I go through this, for sure there's other people going through this. And so I feel really scared to be judged by others for doing this. But I think it's such a powerful way to support my own healing, and to allow you to know, to allow you to experience, to allow you to feel that you are not alone. And in that exchange, we both feel seen. And to feel seen on such a deep level is what we all, or not what we do. I also need to be conscious about speaking about we and you. It's what I want, it's what I crave for, what I long for so deeply. And by accepting and embracing that, I hopefully can connect with those of you who feel the same. And that's actually what I would like to truly embrace, to let go of this fear of being judged, of feeling rejected, because it comes down to releasing the fear and the judgment that I have towards myself, and to accept some that I also reject some parts of myself, and to embrace those. And in sharing that process of embracing that, I can hopefully inspire other people, you, myself, to move through this process gracefully, right? So I guess this is my first video, truly like reflecting on that, and taking a step in sharing this, because I want to do something to offer to myself and to offer to you that is of value. And I've always experienced people truly, honestly, vulnerably sharing what they feel and experience as something really valuable. So that's where I'm starting, and that's where I will end up with. So, anyways, I want to really thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me through this flow of consciousness, and I hope that it can help you or support you in any way possible. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.